And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he is the defending world champion. He wears maroon with blue and gold trim. He scaled at the lightweight limit of 100. Undefeated IBF, WBO, WBA, WBC franchise, and Ring Magazine lightweight champion of the world, the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez!
Wearing gray trunks with gold trim, he brings a perfect record into the ring. Way of knockout. He is the 2016 Olympic silver medalist, the former featherweight champion of the world, the reigning and defending
Protect yourself at all times. Keep this fight clean at all times. And what I say, you must obey. Good luck, touch him up.
Hating on a mistake. Oh, and right now, see the. Oh, there it is.
Offense.
Oh, there's a good left hand from Shakur Stevenson as came straight in. Shakur Stevenson filled that gap. What he's doing.
Good
Right
shot.
hand from Lopez.
Oh,
He lunges in. Hand that went low moments ago. You saw Shakur.
The bell rang, and Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson immediately turned the ring into a thinking man's battleground, where every step felt intentional and every exchange carried subtext.
Shakur Stevenson filled that gap. What he's doing.
good
Right
shot.
hand from Lopez. He lunges in. Hand that went low moments ago. You saw Shakur's reaction to Kenny Bayless.
Beating him with the straight left hand.
And there's a knockdown scored with a left hand. Pinpoint accuracy. Stevenson scores the knockdown early in round 6.
I think it was more.
Shakur started in full control mode, snapping that southpaw jab like he was setting traps instead of scoring points. He glided just outside Teofimo's reach, forcing him to reset again and again. Teofimo didn't rush it, though. He stalked patiently, feigning hard, loading his hips, waiting for one moment to explode. And when he did, the arena jolted.
Good shot.
With the right uppercut. The switch hitter comes in behind that jab and around with that right hand. It was mostly blocked. There's an uppercut on the inside.
He's just trying to use that as a rangefinder. He's looking for the uppercut and the combinations.
He just threw it.
He's not liking it at all. He'll get frustrated. He will commit.
There were rounds where Shakur looked untouchable, slipping shots by inches, sliding off the center line, and touching Teofimo with clean counters that made the fight feel almost academic.
And go back to his old.
Slow him down to the body.
Keep him up. Keep him up.
He got Shakur standing still.
Side again. Trying to cut.
Shot over the top besides that left hook. He's puzzled by the miss.
On the clap. As he just came out southpaw.
Then, out of nowhere, Teofimo would flip the tone, crash in the distance with sudden combinations, forcing Shakur to ropes and ripping hooks that reminded everyone this wasn't a sparring session. Midway through the fight, the tempo shifted. Shakur began digging to the body, freezing Teofimo's guard upstairs before sneaking shots downstairs. Teofimo responded with pressure and physicality, leaning, bumping, and throwing with bad intentions. Momentum swung back and forth in short bursts, never fully settling, like both fighters were stealing rounds from each other in real time.
Shakur Stevenson filled that gap. What he's doing.
Good
Right
shot.
hand from Lopez. He lunges in. Hand that went low moments ago. You saw Shakur's reaction to Kenny Bayless.
Beating him with the straight left hand.
And there's a knockdown scored with a left hand. Pinpoint accuracy. Stevenson scores the knockdown early in round 6.
I think it was more.
In the later rounds, it became a battle of will versus precision. Shakur stayed composed, choosing his spots and conserving energy, while Teofimo pushed forward, hunted, and tried to force a moment big enough to tilt the entire night. When the final bell rang, both men stood their ground, breathing hard, faces marked, neither looking satisfied. The fight gave no easy answers. It left the crowd buzzing, divided, and already arguing about what they had just witnessed.
I want to bet whatever.
Yeah,
you want to
whatever.
Whatever you want to put up.
I bet that you can't.
No, say it, say it, say it, say it.
I bet that your mouth
what
can't
you bet.
fit.
Say
all
what
through
you
my
bet.
I would smack this. I smack this. What you just say? Hey.
You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth. You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth. You're gonna feel like a foot in your mouth.
Come on, man. You know
Hey,
that, man.
hey, to all y'all, when do you? Hey, when does everybody consider
I would
leaving?
smack the out of
Leaving
you.
in your mouth.
Hey, I would smack the out of you.
Like, yo,
Oh,
he's an acrobat.
Let's
Now
go,
he's in the
champ.
At the weigh-in, the tension felt heavier than the fight itself. Shakur Stevenson stepped on the scale first, calm and almost expressionless. The numbers locked in at 138, 6 pounds.
£138.6 for the undefeated challenger, Shakur Stevenson.
Teofimo Lopez followed, more animated, shoulders loose, and the scale flashed 139, 6 pounds, a full pound heavier. The contrast was immediate. Shakur looked sharp and streamlined. Teofimo looked solid and charged. When they met center stage, the room went quiet. No theatrics, just eye contact that lingered too long.
$139.6 for the reigning and defending champion.
Shakur didn't blink, chin tucked. Teofimo leaned in just enough to test the space, chest high, jaw set. Security hovered, but neither man moved. It was cold, controlled intensity. Cameras clicked. Fans held their breath. In that moment, the fight felt unavoidable.
I'm ready. Honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I've been boxing guys like this since I was 8 years old, outboxing them, outsmarting them. This is gonna be nothing different.
A lot of energy between you two guys this week. What was your final message to him at that face-off?
I can't wait to see him tomorrow. I can't wait. It's my time. I've been ready for this moment since I was a child, and now it's all coming together.
The press conference slowly shed its promotional energy and turned serious once the real stakes were laid bare. When Rick Reno framed this as potentially the biggest win of Teofimo's career if he beat Shakur, while also calling it Shakur's toughest test, the room shifted. That was the first moment it stopped feeling like marketing and started feeling like a fight with real consequences. Eddie Hearn sharpened that point even further, emphasizing that neither man needed this bout financially. This wasn't about paydays or leverage. It was about legacy. Two fighters in their prime choosing risk over comfort and choosing Madison Square Garden because greatness doesn't happen in safe spaces.
These aren't standard guys. These are guys that are chasing greatness in a sold-out arena that has hosted Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Robinson and Rocky Marciano. That's what these guys are after. They're chasing legacy.
Then the tone cracked when James Prince lit the fuse, promising Shakur would deal with Teofimo, blending jokes with trash talk and drifting into personal territory. The temperature instantly rose. Not long after, Teofimo's team reframed the moment through history, comparing it to the Lomachenko fight, and reminding everyone that Teofimo has thrived before as the underestimated man. It was a quiet warning disguised as confidence. From there, control was gone. Betting challenges, insults, family shots, and overlapping shouts turned the press conference into raw hostility instead of scripted theater.
Don't feel like a foot in your mouth.
Come on, man. You know
Hey,
that, man.
hey, to all y'all, when do you? Hey, when does everybody consider
I would
leaving?
smack out of
Leaving
your
nuts
boy.
in your mouth.
Hey, I would smack out of you.
Like, yo,
Oh,
he's
shit.
an acrobat.
Let's
Now
go,
he's in his
champ.
clown mode. Stop clowning, man.
Let's go, Jim.
Hey,
Ain't nothing
hey,
to be
watch
funny
your
about.
words,
So big,
nigga.
it's like
You
a foot in your
respect
mouth.
pussy.
Hey, look how they get riled up. Oh, shit. Yo, can it be Saturday already?
All right.
Let it be Saturday already.
Shakur eventually pulled the room back to earth by explaining why he brought hundreds of kids from New Jersey with him. It was a calm, purpose-driven moment that only made the earlier madness feel louder in hindsight. He doubled down by saying the fight wasn't personal, and that emotion is weakness, revealing just how cold and deliberate his approach is. Teofimo closed the night in the opposite way. Not loud or theatrical, but calm and certain, saying he's never felt better mentally or spiritually. He described himself as locked in and ended with a simple promise to win, one that lingered longer than any trash talk.
Man,
and you know one thing though, hey look, my only
my
last thing, Shakur,
and you can't change
when it's all
that.
said and done,
You
because I've been in that
can't
position,
words
so
can't
when it
change
comes
that.
to you,
Saturday night,
Words
make sure
can't
y'all
change
tune
that.
in. I'm going to beat this boy
alright
with
now,
everything
when it
I
comes
love.
to it,
Hey, yo.
Make sure
when it
y'all
comes
tune
to
in.
it, when it comes to it,
the way you
they
box,
all not going to be
the way
cheering
you
you
box
on after this.
Right after the press conference spiraled from legacy talk into full psychological warfare, Teofimo stepped to the side mic and somehow turned the chaos into fuel instead of noise. What stood out wasn't the trash talk. It was how he framed everything around alignment, energy, and timing, almost like he's fighting the moment as much as a man. When he dismissed claims about mentioning family and pushed back on that narrative, you heard a fighter who felt misrepresented and was daring the universe to test him. Then came the stare-down talk, where Teofimo said he saw evil in Shakur's eyes. Whether you agree or not, that tells you everything about his headspace. He's not thinking boxing match. He's thinking moral battle. Purpose versus persona. When he spoke about his father's absence, it wasn't defensive, just matter of fact. That's Teofimo at his most dangerous. Calm, reflective, and not scrambling.
Anything that you might have just gotten under his skin where you sense any sort of fear?
Oh yeah, it'll show. I just gotta rip it out. Just gotta take it out from his soul. Show the real fear that he has inside him.
He said he was doing some mind games in that, in the press conference to get into your head. You feel like he got into your head? You stayed composed the whole time. Normally, when people do that to you, you always stay composed. Do you feel like he got into your head with those mind games?
What mind games were they doing?
The gift for your dad, talking to
Oh,
him.
look how God works. I said it though.
When he laughed about getting Shakur out of his seat and called it game, that was classic Teofimo mischief. But there was strategy underneath. He enjoys poking still water to see if it ripples. The biggest line wasn't even about exploding on Saturday. It was when he said the first punch changes everything. That's a fighter telling you he believes momentum is currency, and he plans to spend it early. When he refused to lay out a single game plan, saying there are many, it wasn't arrogance. It was experience. His whole vibe is contradiction. Part philosopher, part prankster, part pressure fighter. Laughing 1 second, deadly serious the next. You don't have to believe everything he says, but you can't ignore it. This wasn't a warning screamed into the void. It was whispered with confidence, and those usually hit the hardest.
That gives you bad or evil vibes, or his camp or whatever.
Just all of it, his persona, the way he carries himself, the way he says he's gonna beat my ass right here, right now if he wanted to. And all I'm thinking about is that time when he punched a civilian at a nightclub after in the parking lot, and then when he actually swung and hit a woman at the same time. Every time he tells me he's gonna beat my ass, he'll be right there. That's what comes back to my mind is that video. So, that's evil though. That's really...
Coming right off Teofimo's spiritual warrior monologue, Shakur slid in with a completely different temperature, like the room switched from fire to dry ice. What stood out was how Shakur didn't deny the chaos. He shrank it when he said Teofimo tried to get in his head, and he returned the favor. That wasn't emotion. It was transaction. You poke me, I poke back, but I don't live there. When he drew a hard line around family, especially mothers, you could hear the discipline beneath the calm. There are rules to how he fights mentally, and Teofimo stepping outside them only reinforced Shakur's belief that control beats noise. The way he talked about camp was cold too, keeping Teofimo in his head for 12 straight weeks, getting comfortable being uncomfortable, sacrificing family time. That wasn't hype. That was routine for someone who treats this as a profession, not a moment.
You feel like you got into his head, Jim was talking about his dad and, bringing that gift. Was that something that you planned?
No, I didn't plan that, but I see he tried to get in my head, so I returned the favor. He got a little bit too disrespectful.
How did he get disrespectful?
I heard him say something about my mother. I don't like mother games. I don't play certain games like that, so I don't respect that shit. At the end of the day, it's a fight. good job. Keep trying to do what he's doing, but I got to just stay focused on.
Then came the Bud Crawford part, and that's where it clicked. When Shakur said, "This time I'm going to listen," that was terrifying. We've already seen how good he is improvising. Now he's adding obedience to IQ. That's an upgrade nobody asked for. He casually dismissed Teofimo's past wins as context-dependent, not fear-based, stripping the legend down to variables. When he talked about anger as a tool saved for fight night, that was veteran language from a young guy. No chest pounding, no destiny talk, just, "I'll use it when it's useful." Even the pound-for-pound discussion felt surgical. Top 4, not top 1, not a dream, just a target. Shakur sounded like pressure without panic. Teofimo sounded like he was fighting the universe. Shakur sounded like he was fighting a man. Historically, that difference decides more fights than people like to admit.
Title being up on the line at 135 or a title versus title thing, because he's mentioned that a lot, like only he has something to lose.
Nah, it was never no talk about title versus title, but I don't know, like, you know, I don't think he really normal, because he's not really thinking, like, he say, oh, he's the only person with something to lose in this situation. But same way his life on the line, my life on the line too, so I don't look at it that way. I can't see how he's the only person.
Right as Shakur finished laying out that disciplined mindset, Terrence Bud Crawford stepped in and flipped the conversation from fight week tension to legacy-level reflection. Bud didn't sound like someone itching to come back. He sounded like someone who already won the argument with time. When he talked about retiring after 30 years of punishment, that wasn't ducking smoke. That was a man who did the math on his body and decided his legacy had already cashed the check. When he shut down comeback talk by asking, "Who would I fight?" it wasn't cocky, it was factual. That's dangerous clarity. When Teofimo Sr. popped off, Bud didn't escalate. He dismissed it and kept moving. Grown man energy. Sell your fight. Don't sell me into it. But the real moment came when he talked about Shakur being next. Bud didn't hesitate. He said when Shakur beats Teofimo, he becomes a 4-division champion and has the tools to go even further than him.
A lot of people keep asking me why I retired. When you've been doing this sport since you was 7 years old, and I'm 37 at the time, well 38 when I retired, you know, that's 30 years, bro. 30 years. So you ask yourself, if you've been taking your body through hell for 30 years, would you retire? All right then, so there go your answer. So that's why I retired. There's nothing else for me to accomplish in the sport of boxing. I gave my all to boxing, but I'm not going to give my health to.
That wasn't hype. It was a blueprint being handed down. Bud wasn't threatened by the next generation. He was proud of it. Then he casually compared himself to all 4 kings. Southpaw like Hagler, movement like Leonard, inside work like Duran, range like Hearns. And it didn't sound arrogant because his resume backs it up. What really stuck was the emotion around retirement. Relief mixed with loss. Happy he no longer has to suffer, but sad to walk away from his first love. That wasn't a soundbite. That was the cost of greatness. When Bud said boxing is still rising and we'll see where it goes next, it felt like a torch being passed without ceremony. Shakur is focused on Saturday, but already finished the story. Different chapters, same book, and the weight of that comparison was heavy.
For sure, when he beats Teofimo, he'll be a 4-weight world champion. You know, I'm a 5-weight world champion, and I can see him becoming a 5-weight world champion as well. You know, Shakur got all the tools and all the abilities to do bigger and better things than me, and that's what I'm hoping for him to do.
When you zoom out and stack everything together, the fight that felt like a live strategy lab, the weigh-in stare that said more than trash talk ever could, the press conference that slid from legacy talk into psychological warfare, you realize this wasn't just one event. Teofimo framed it as destiny and alignment. Shakur treated it like a controlled operation. Bud stood above it all like the final boss who already cleared the game. This was layers. Styles clashing, mindsets colliding, generations overlapping. Nothing felt clean or settled, and that's exactly why this matchup hit so hard. One man believed in momentum, chaos, and force of will. The other believed in discipline, control, and timing. And the sport itself sat right in the middle, daring you to choose which philosophy you trust when everything's on the line. No easy answers. No unanimous take. Just a fight that forces you to argue, rewatch, and rethink what greatness really looks like. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who convinced you more? Whose mindset wins when it really matters? And how did you see it all unfold? And yo, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Punch Power for the next one oncoming Fist Fire.